Hi, welcome to Talk Back Live, a show that gets you involved in live conversation and sports with Brian Camp on Sports Update, bringing you the latest developments in today's world of sports. And now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant night to each and every one of you in a different time zone around the world and across the country. It's Thursday, it's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, it's 5 p.m. on the West Coast, it's Friday morning, 1 a.m. in London, and it's 9 a.m. in Tokyo, Japan. Hi, everybody. My name is Frank Allan. Welcome to another edition of Talk Back Live, a weekly program. We come to you and we get you involved in it. We're here every Thursday at this time between 8 p.m. and 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Gotta get the times right. Oh, that's for sure. 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern. And we're here every Thursday. Of course, we get you involved in the show. I'm going to throw out a topic or two, and then along the way, you can join in as well. All you have to do is just type in, take your little fingers, type in whatever message you want to convey. I will see you right there up on the big screen. And of course, I will entertain your thoughts and ideas and answer all of your questions. And we'll have a lot of fun doing this show. We're going to be here for the whole full hour. So we want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy. In case you're wondering where we are, we're all around the world. Everywhere, no matter where you go around the world, we're right there because we're broadcasting on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we're on Instagram. Now, Facebook, we're not on live on Facebook, but when this show is over, we will rebroadcast the show. It will be posted on Facebook. We've been on Facebook now for the past over a month now, going on 2 months. And well, that's the way it is, and we'll explain more about that. But in the meantime, those of you who are joining us on the two places that we are right now, which is YouTube and Instagram, we thank you so much for being along with us. So stay with us and we'll talk more. Brian Camp is going to be along in just a few minutes from now, this very part of the half hour. He's going to be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. We have that for you. We have all of our movies to tell you about too. Those fabulous classic movies direct from Turner Classic Movies, and we have those for you. We have a few of them. I'm going to recite those, and also we are going to give you what's happening in this day in history. So all of that is coming along. We thank you so much for being with us. Invite your friends. If you're around, we encourage you who are watching us on YouTube to subscribe to us right now. We're right there on the YouTube channel. You can subscribe to my channel, and of course, you'll be part of the family too. Those of you who are watching us on Instagram, you can do the same thing. Just follow us, and we'll be right here for you. So we just want to say hi. A lot of people are coming in. We just want to recognize all of you people. Whether or not you want to participate in the show verbally, whether or not you want to do that, it doesn't matter. If you're there and you just want to sit idle, that's okay too. We appreciate that. And if you can't spend the entire hour with us, we really appreciate whatever time you can spend with us. But please, we hope that you can spend the entire hour with us, and we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to be talking about a lot of things that's going on today. And as I said, we're coming out of New York City. Now, those of you who live in New York City, you're living in New York City. All right, this is I'm talking locally now. I'll get back to you guys later on all around the world, but locally, you guys living in New York City, if you are in the mood for a shower right now and you haven't paid the water bill, well, you can go right outside. There's a lot of rain out there, a lot of rain. Go outside right now. The only thing is that you have to keep your clothes on. All right, other than that, it's okay. But you know, that's how our weather is here. But all around the world, everybody have different kinds of weather. We hope yours is pretty good and hope everything is fine. Well, you know, it's always good to be here every Thursday. I always look forward to it. I don't know about you. I always look forward to it. And it's always a pleasure to come around and just talk about a lot of things. So hello, all of you guys. Well, what do you know? Would you believe it or not, believe this or not, it's National Beer Day today. check your calendar. Check your calendar. It's April 7th. It's National Beer Day today. Now, I know a lot of you probably say, well, what do I care? I drink beer every day anyway, right? And for those of you who didn't know it, well, this is a good excuse to go out to your favorite bar or tavern and throw back a few, you know, because people always have a fine excuse to celebrate something. So here's a good excuse for you to celebrate. If you're a beer drinker, of course, whatever brand, and we don't talk about brands here, it doesn't matter, you know. But if you're a beer drinker and you want to celebrate, this is the good time to do it. A lot of people probably didn't even know it. And it's National Beer Day. A lot of people didn't know it. And so now that you know, you have an excuse to go out there to the bar or maybe at home and douse a few. You may be dousing a few right now as we speak. I don't know. Maybe in some places it's early morning and, you know, you just, you know, you're not going to do it because it's early morning. But then on the other hand, some people don't watch a clock anyway, you know. And for those of you, maybe you got back from a beer lunch and maybe some of you are back home, commuting back home from work and you're relaxing and throwing back a few. There you go. And maybe that one just before bedtime, who knows? People find different times and different situations to enjoy a beer. With good food, with good events, you know, beer goes with everything, doesn't it? I remember a long time ago, they, you know, I mean, even still, people will sit back at home, whether you're watching a sporting event, baseball, basketball, football, beer goes with it, right? You're gonna have you ever noticed, well, of course you notice. Like, let's say, for instance, every World Series game that comes about, and people support World Series, but people more are inclined to support the Super Bowl more. That's more of a big event than the World Series. And if you notice, every time the Super Bowl comes around, well, it's past now. But you notice like the weekend, like Fridays and Saturdays, people are carrying bundles and bundles of packages and then nothing but beer in it. And then they put the chips over the bag so you don't see the beer, whatever. So people find a lot of ways to enjoy beer. Some people enjoy it with good food. You know, a beer has its place with certain foods, and then on the other hand, it doesn't. You know, for instance, you're not going to eat an English muffin and drink a beer, are you? Who knows? Maybe some people do. I don't know. I certainly wouldn't. But you know what I find? Seafood. I love seafood. And I'll pick out one in particular. Clams on the half shell. Anybody like clams on the half shell? Oh, I love them. I had some last weekend. And clams on the half shell, there was a time when I said, clams on the half shell, what would go good with clams on the half shell with a squirt of lemon on it and a little Tabasco? What would go good? An ice cold beer, you know? And so a lot of people tend to do that, you know? Now I had, you know, this last weekend, I had some clams on a half shell. I had me a little, every once in a while, I like to sit at home and have my own little private clam bake, right? And I had little clams on a half shell. I usually, and maybe I'll have a brewski to wash it down with. I didn't have. You know what I had? I had water, plain water. As a matter of fact, I can't even remember the last time I put away a beer. And I gotta be honest with you guys. It feels good so far. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm doing something that I couldn't do before. Bend over and tie my shoes without my belly getting in place. So I guess you say I'm on this beer. I didn't set out to say, no, I'm not gonna have any beer. I'm not gonna have it for a long. I didn't set out to say that. It's just that I just haven't done it. And I notice my stomach is getting flat because when you get a certain age, of course, you know, the weight comes on, you know, you look at that, that's going to happen. The weight comes on, you know, and I noticed I could tie my shoes with ease. So I said, there must be something to this. I'm thinking to myself, there must be something to this. Drop beer altogether. Anyway, not just beer, but alcohol in itself, you know, whether you're drinking a beer or whether you're having a shot of whiskey or whatever it is, you know, it is fattening, and not to mention the sugar contents in alcohol, you know. So you might want to cool it in that department if that's the case. But yeah, this is National Beer Day. So maybe a lot of you watching it, having a brewski right now while you're watching the show. Or maybe even some people are not even watching the show. Some people are in a bar right now, just downing the last bit of few hours they have of National Beer Day. National Beer Day. Nobody's going to buy you a beer for National Beer Day. So you don't have to stay in the bar until midnight when it's over. And you don't have to drink yourself into an oblivion just because it's National Beer Day. One or two, yeah, good. Some people do it, one or two. Some people drink a whole case, you know, without them even getting fortified with it. I don't know. That's the story. I mean, what do you like? What's your pleasure? What's your pleasure? Tonight for me is water. So that's who I am tonight. That's where I am tonight. So those of you who are drinking beer, you could have my share. Drink one for me. Have my share of it, because the way I see it is that the less people who buy beer, the more it is for you, right? So since I'm not buying it and I'm not drinking it tonight, you get more beer. Sounds stupid, doesn't it? That's true. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're just joining at this very moment, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. And my name is Frank Allan, and it's now 11 past the hour. And no matter where you are, as I said, you can catch us anywhere around the world. We're global. And we're broadcasting live right now on YouTube and on Instagram. We're going to be back. We're going to be back on Facebook beginning of next month, May. As a matter of fact, I believe it's the 5th, Thursday, the 5th of May. Thursday is our show here, right? 5th of May. And then, of course, Friday, the following day, we'll be on the coffee hour. And we'll be live on Facebook. We're going to make our return on Facebook. And so those of you who drifted over here, you probably read the advertisement on my Facebook page. And of course, I give you the link and that leads you here. We will be back. We will be back. We will return. And also, I said something last week too, that we are going to be trying out our hands. We're going to possibly, or we will be going on another medium, our fourth one, which is called Twitch TV. We're all set and ready to go. We just have to pick out a time, and we're going to see if it works. We're going to see how it works for us. You know, sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. And if it works for us, it's going to be fine. We'll be on 4 different places, so you can't escape us. So Twitch TV. Twitch TV is sort of like YouTube the way it is. Twitch TV is like a YouTube. The only difference with Twitch, as opposed to YouTube, see, you can't upload any video as far as, unless of course I'm wrong, I'm missing something. You can't upload any videos, you know, and when you go on the air live, it saves your video and then people can watch it just like they do with YouTube and just like they do with Facebook. You know, they can watch it at another time if they don't watch it in real time. But other than that, you can't upload any videos. I'm going to double check on that to make sure. It would be great if they did. You know, that would really be great. That opens up a whole new era for us here on Talk Back Live. And because the more the merrier. And we're thinking about, hopefully, like as this show goes on, and we hope it goes on for a long time, we're going to find expansion takes its place. So we're going to see if we can expand it many places. There are many media people or media outlets, social media outlets. Some are brand new. Some are taking off like lightning, just like Facebook did in the beginning. And so, you know, the competition lies in. So far, Facebook is in the lead. And who knows what will happen with this new Twitch. Now, I'm not sure. I don't know how long Twitch has been in existence. I can't say how long. It's been there for a while, but I can't say exactly how long it's been out there. But it's one of the newer brands now. And competition rolls in. And there's nothing wrong with competition. Competition is a good thing. So you see that happens. Competition is a good thing. It works. It helps out. It pays the bill for some of the owners, some owners. It pays the bill, you know. So let's say, for instance, the owners of Facebook. Oh, it's a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate. You know, they're making a lot of money there. Hand it over, hand it over. They're also making a lot of money on the other medias on YouTube. Makes a lot of money. Make a lot of money. So I don't know how far Twitch go. Some people come into the business of social media just trying it out, and sometimes it works. And if it works, of course, if they're fortunate, they may wind up just like Twitter, or they may just wind up like I don't know, Facebook, YouTube, all of those social medias. They're all taking off. You can talk, you can say things, talk to people. Remember a long time ago when you used to have to write letters, you sit at home, you're just thinking, you know, you have a pen in hand and you're thinking, oh, I'll write this, I'll write that. What did I say? How do I say this? Now people get on the computers and all they have to do is email. And come to think of it, people don't even email that much. They don't. You notice that people are talking to other people on social media. When people say, well, I'm going to text you something, they used to email. I said, I have something to email you. You know, I have something to email you. They don't email. I said, now they're saying I have something to text you. So they're going to text you, and they text you on your phone or on Messenger or on Facebook or something like that. You know, I don't know. Anyway, enjoy your National Beer Day. And in the meantime, while you slurping down that cold brew, I am going to Charlotte, North Carolina right now. Brian Camp, he's not, I don't think he's slurping any beer down there. Are you, Brian? Not really, are you?
No, I'm not slurping any beer. I had to give that up, you know, for health reasons. So, no slurping of the beer. But when I was drinking beer, I had my two favorite kinds. I can't say it over the air because I don't know what the policy is about promoting. You know.
Yeah.
But
I know though.
Yes.
But it is National Beer Day today. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, it was? Wow, I didn't know
National
that. Wow.
Beer Day today. I was just talking before you came on. I was talking to everybody and telling them that how people just find an excuse to drink beer. You know, and it doesn't even have to be National Beer Day. A lot of people say, well, I don't even know what National Beer Day is. I'm just going to drink, you know. I haven't had, Brian, you wouldn't believe this. I haven't had one of those and I don't know how long. I haven't had, not even a Jack Daniel. I haven't had, and you know something, the beautiful thing about it, now I can bend over and tie my shoes without my belly getting in the way.
Uh-huh. Wow. Well, that's
saying something.
It's saying something. It's saying a lot. And I guess that that desire is not there like it used to be.
No, and it's not just that too. You know, you want to keep a certain weight down, and beer bloats, alcohol bloats.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
And so I looked one day, I came down one day, I said, man, I'm tying my shoes with ease, no problem. What is it? I haven't had me a beer. Oh boy. That's my story. Anyway, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I hope everyone else is doing well. Today it's here in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina, where the pollen is crazy. My allergies is like kicking in, and it's like, oh my goodness. But do
you have rain out there right now?
No, it rained early today, which yesterday was like a hail rain. It was like a lot of rain and a little bit of rain early today, but the sun came out and it went up to 75 degrees today. So, you know.
So Queen City is the culprit because now we have the rain here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, sorry.
Thanks.
But it won't be long though. Maybe for a day or maybe overnight.
Yeah.
And it'll be fine, you know. Which I will be in the Big Apple tomorrow. I will be in New York for the next 8 days, starting tonight, and be able to meet up with you and everybody else that I would like to see and everything. But hello, good evening to everybody out there who's watching, It is 68 degrees out here in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. Hope all is well. And today is opening day in Major League Baseball. Yes. Oh, I hear the applause. Yes, I hear it all over. Even though we don't have a Major League Baseball team here in Charlotte, which would be Atlanta, Georgia would be the closest Major League Baseball team that they root for. As for me, I'm a San Francisco Giant fan. That's who I root for out in California. Yes. But yes, opening day starts today. You check your local listings. I know the Yankees and the Red Sox are postponed today. They made that decision yesterday. So, and the Mets game is being delayed. They're playing against the Washington Nationals. So, but check your local listings. A majority of games is going to be played tomorrow. Congratulations to the men's and women's college basketball. Their season is over. The men's and the women's, they had their championship on Sunday for the women, where the South Carolina Gamecocks defeated the UConn Huskies 64-49 as they win their second championship national title. And then the next night, the Kansas Jayhawks came back from a 15-point deficit to come back and beat the North Carolina Tar Heels. Yeah, a lot of people in North Carolina wasn't too happy. I didn't have a dog in the race. I was just looking for a good game, but the game was 72-69. It was entertaining. It was great. So that's where we had our college basketball championship games over the weekend. NFL news, Seattle Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll's called out National Football League owners during the league's meetings last week in Florida, saying that hiring a minority candidate won't improve until owners accept that these are candidates out there different to make a difference than themselves. His comments came a day after the league announced that all 32 teams, NFL teams, must hire a minority offensive assistant coach for the 2022 season. It was reported that the owners weren't happy at all when they learned of Carroll's comments afterwards. So it's not only the people of color, but it's women is included in this here of the hiring as well. Here's a story. My Dallas Cowboys, the owner, Jerry Jones, paid nearly $3 million to a woman who says she is his biological daughter. Uh-oh, somebody's in trouble, including a full tuition at SMU and a $70,000 Range Rover, which is a very expensive SUV, on her 16th birthday. And to her mother, according to the Little Rock, Arkansas, the Arkansas lawyer who delivered the payments on behalf of the Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, has not acknowledged that Alexander Davis as his biological daughter. So somebody was messing around, had no business doing it, and this is what happens when you mess around. But this is allegedly. We don't know if it's true. In the NBA, congratulations, four-time NBA champion Manu Ginobili, 5 times NBA All-Star Tim Hardaway, 6 times NBA All-Star Lou Hudson, 3 times WNBA champion and 2-time gold medalist Swin Cash, and 5 times WNBA All-Star and 4 times WNBA champion Lindsay Whalen highlight the 13-member Hall of Fame class for 2022. Congratulations to these here players. I remember most of them whose name was mentioned. Lou Hudson's been around for a long time. I remember him when he played back in the early 70s when I was a little kid. He's finally going into the Hall of Fame. This day in sports, April 7th, 1943. The NFL adopts free substitution rule, helmets made mandatory, and a 10-game schedule for all teams approved. 1958, LA Dodgers erect 42-foot screen in left field at the Los Angeles Coliseum to cut down on home runs, since it was only 250 feet down the left field line. 1969, the great Ted Williams begins managing the Washington Senators. They lose to the New York Yankees 8-4 in his debut. 1970, the Major League Baseball Milwaukee Brewers, formerly known as the Seattle Pilots, first game lost to the Angels 12-0. Wow. 1971, dismissal of Kurt Flood free agency suit against baseball is upheld by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit. 1979, Houston Astros pitcher Ken Force pitches a no-hitter against Atlanta Braves, joining his brother Bob Force as the only sibling to accomplish this feat. So they're the only two siblings to pitch no-hitters in the Major League Baseball. 2019, retiring legends Dirk Nowitzki and Dwayne Wade played their final home games, both victories that they won. Magic Johnson quits as Los Angeles Lakers president of basketball operation, and Houston Rockets sets NBA record of hitting 27 three-point field goals. All of that happened in one day, on that day. And birthdays, I got a couple of birthdays too. 1954, Tony Dorsett, Hall of Fame running back and Heisman Trophy winner, was born in Rochester, Pennsylvania. 1960, Buster Douglas, remember him? One who unexpectedly knocked out Mike Tyson for the heavyweight title back in the early 90s, was born in Columbus, Ohio. And 1975, twin brothers, Rondo and Tiki Barber, were born on Roanoke, Virginia. These are two twin football players. One played a defensive back, and the other one was a running back. They share a birthday because they are twins, and that is sports.
Oh boy, yeah. Well, the twin brothers. You know, the problem I have with twin brothers, unless they're on separate teams, I couldn't tell them apart. And after a while, you get to know which one is which. Now, even now, today, I can't even tell the Tiki brothers apart right now. I just can't.
Yeah.
Can you?
I cannot tell them apart. And here's something. They both married to two Asian women too that look alike.
Not the same one.
No, they both have, but the wives look alike though. And these are two twin brothers. So, I mean, it's incredible. Yes, it's incredible.
Do they wives know each other?
I don't know what they do, but I do know that I saw on an interview that that the brothers were together and they had their two wives, and you know, I don't know if the wives are twins. I don't believe that they are blood related, but they both married two Asian women, and beautiful too. Beautiful, yeah.
You know something, I've heard stories where two twin brothers would marry two twin sisters.
I've heard that before, yeah.
That, you know something, that must be a drama in itself. That must be a drama in itself, unless, but listen, you know something, everyone has a different kind of a feature, no matter how much they look alike. There's always something that's marked on them or somewhere, or through the eyes or the nose or the mouth or whatever it is, that you can tell them apart, you know. But that has to be a drama.
It has to be a drama. It is a drama, and it's confusing, but kudos to them. They love their wives, so you know, it's amazing. It's just amazing.
Yeah. Wow. Boy. Well, listen, you say you'll be here in New York when, tomorrow?
I should be in transit, en route. I'll be zooming. I won't be driving, but I'll be zooming in. Okay. To give you the sports update.
All right. Yes. Sounds good. Yeah. Sounds good to me. I see your bodyguards are back there. Dr. Martin Luther King, the Jackson 5, and Jackie Wilson, my idol, Jackie Wilson.
Yeah, Jackie Wilson is up here.
Mahalia Jackson.
Mahalia Jackson. Prince. Prince is somewhere up here. Yeah. Yeah, Prince is above.
Oh, and there's the other hero. There's Michael Jackson. There's Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, yeah. If you see, I got a whole wall of entertainment all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And there's the biggest star of us all right there.
Lynette, yes, Lynette.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, look, Brian, we will catch you back here tomorrow. You're going to be en route. That's gonna be interesting to see you travel and do the show at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm a sports fanatic. I like to report sports. I love sports.
Okay, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care. Have a great one.
Take care.
Take care. Okay, that was Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. He's gonna actually do the show tomorrow on the coffee hour. He's gonna be, well, he's not gonna be doing the driving. His wife is gonna be doing the driving, but I guess he's gonna be sitting in the seat while I guess he'd be sitting shotgun and doing the show at the same time. You see, it just shows you can do anything, anywhere. Anything, anywhere. You know something I thought about it. Remember how we used to do those on the coffee hour every Friday? We used to do the remotes live, right? We used to do them live. I did it from two places depending on the season. And always in the summertime, we used to do a place called Cafe Central, which by the way is no longer there. I mean, the foundation is there. They're really building it, and I guess someone else is going to take it over, make it a new thing. And I don't know what their plans are and how they're going to manage it. I don't know if they're going to let people sit outside or whatever they're going to do. But anyway, Cafe Central is no longer there. And we used to do a show in the summertime live outdoors. And in the wintertime, when it was really cold, we used to do it indoors at Urban Space. Urban Space is still there, by the way. I was there this morning. I'm always there to have my what I would call my morning pick-me-up, right? That coffee. Take one slurp and it's like, wow, can't believe this goes right through me. Anyway, we used to do those, and I'm thinking about doing that again. Because like I said, you don't have to do, you can be anywhere. You could be anywhere broadcasting. People don't even, well, I don't want to encourage that. Even though people do it, people prefer to stay home and do their jobs. They have computers and they have all the technology they need to get by, to do their daily chores. And some people, I understand that some companies, I understand, find it cheaper for their employees to work from home as opposed to in the office. They save money. This is a new world, and a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people do prefer to go out and work. I mean, I would be a basket case if I had to stay in every day, you know. And some people have the option of going in one day and then staying home the next day, or maybe going in 1 week and then working home the following week, so forth and so on. But I understand that people who the employers and their companies, whether they're big employers, or they're big or small businesses, they save money when people are not there actually working, and they can, and people won't have to lose their jobs. So anyway, you can do anything. You can do anything. This is listen. You know, technology has its place. It has its place a lot. There's some things you say, you know, something that's not gonna go well. That's not gonna go well. That's gonna screw up everything. And then on the other hand, there are places and that will take you there. You know, places in technology that say, well, this is like really super. We can do this. And depending on the individual, you may be a person, like I say, that rather be out of the house, rather be in the midst of other people, and work in the office. And then there are some people say, you know something, listen, if I could stay home in my jammies and have my coffee, no one has to see me unless I have to do a conference call on Zoom or something. And then of course, you're gonna want to dress up, you know. If not dress up, you want to look presentable because you're on company time anyway, right? Technology is good in this. It's good in this place. Okay, if you're just joining us, technology is bringing you Talk Back Live. That's where we are right now. We're coming from New York City. My name is Frank Allan. And just in case you're just joining us, we're coming to you remotely from New York City. Oh yeah, the big town. And we're all over the world. We're broadcasting live right now on 2 places. We're broadcasting live on YouTube and on Instagram. Facebook, we're out of it. We've been out of it for a while. We're going back. We were taking off the air, but that's another show. We'll talk about that later on in the program. So there you go. Okay, on this day in history in 1923, the first brain tumor operation under local anesthetic was performed at Beth Israel Hospital in New York City by Dr. K. Winfield Ney. And on this day in history, in 1933, we told you once and we'll tell you again, in this National Beer Day, that's the Cullen Harrison Act. It came in the effect legalizing the sale of low alcohol beer. That's back in 1933 on this day. Also in 1933, the Universal Bridge in Seattle, Washington opens to traffic. On this day in history, in 1940, the US Post Office issues the first postage stamp of African-American educator Booker T. Washington. On this day in history, in 1946, Syria's independence from France is officially recognized. On this day in history, in 1948, the World Health Organization was founded by the United Nations. On this day in history, in 1949, South Pacific, the musical, opens at the Majestic Theater in New York City for 1,928 performances. On this day in history, in 1954, WALB TV, Channel 10 in Albany, Georgia, NBC and ABC begins broadcasting. On this day in history, 1957, the last of New York's electric trolleys completes its final run. On this day in history, 1959, Oklahoma ends prohibition after 51 years. Speaking of National Beer Day. On this day in history, 1968, riots continue in over 100 US cities following the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. Back in 1970, the 42nd Academy Awards, Midnight Cowboy for the Best Picture, John Wayne, True Grit, and Margie Smith, The Prime of Miss Jane Brody, they win. Back in 1972, 3 members of the Irish Republican Army die in the premature bomb explosion in Belfast. Back in 1978, US President Jimmy Carter defers production of the neutron bomb. Back in 1980, also Jimmy Carter breaks relationships with Iran during the hostage crisis. In 1981, Street Songs, the 5th studio album by Rick James, is released and made Billboard Album of the Year in 1981, of course. In 1985, the first live telecast of the Easter Parade, that happened in New York City, of course, one of the biggest places where they have parades. In 1987, National Museum of Female Physicians opens in Washington, D.C. 1988, Russia announces it will withdraw troops from Afghanistan. Back in 1990, John Poindexter, U.S. National Security Advisor, found guilty of 5 counts of lying to Congress and obstruction regarding the Iran-Contra scandal. Back in 1994, R&B singer Percy Sledge, When a Man Loves a Woman, remember that song? He pleads guilty to tax evasion. In 2003, the 37th CMT the Flame-Worthy Video Music Awards goes to Toby Keith and Martina McBride. Okay, 1917, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Electric Light Orchestra, Joan Baez, yes, Tupac Shakur, Journey, and Pearl Jam, they were inducted. And born on this day in 1915, April 7, Lady Day, Billie Holiday. She gave us some good years of her singing. She died so young. She was from Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She died at the age of 44 in 1959, July 17th. In 1933, actor Wayne Rogers was born in Birmingham, Alabama. He passed away 2015. In 1935, country singer Bobby Bear, he was born in Ironton, Ohio. He's 87. Happy birthday. 1937, Charlie Thomas of the Drifters. From 1958 to 1967, was born in Lynchburg, Virginia. He's 85 today. In 1983, jazz trumpeter, the late Freddie Hubbard, was born in Indianapolis, Indiana. He died at the age of 84. Well, he would have been 84, I should say. He didn't die at the age of 84. Okay, politician Jerry Brown was born on this day, 1938, in San Francisco, California. He's 84 today. Happy birthday, Jerry. 1939, TV host David Frost was born in Tenterton, England. He passed away in 2013. Filmmaker Francis Ford Coppola was born on this day in 1939 in Detroit, Michigan. He's 82 today. Happy birthday. 1948, Carol Douglas, American disco singer who had the big hit Doctor's Orders, was born in Bedford-Stuyvesant in Brooklyn, New York. Way to go, Brooklyn. I'm so partial to Brooklyn. That's my hometown, of course. 1949, John Oates, American rock guitarist and vocalist of Hall & Oates, was born in New York City, and he's 73 today. And let's see, 1951, folk singer Janice Ian was born in New York City. She's 71 today. Happy birthday, Janice. Great artist, great folk singer. Actor Jackie Chan was born on this day, 1954, in Victoria Peak, Hong Kong. He's 67 today. Actor Russell Crowe was born on this day, 1964, and he was born in Wilmington, New Zealand, and he's 57 today. Happy birthday to Russell Crowe. 1979, American country singer Roseanne Cash, she weds American singer-songwriter Rodney Crowell. 2003, actor Russell Crowe, here he is again, Russell Crowe, he weds singer Danielle Spencer at his 560-acre cattle farm in Nana Glen, Southwest Wales, out in Australia, I should say. 1964, let's push that up a bit. 1994, actress Shannon Doherty. She played on the sitcom, well, not the sitcom, but the series 91210, 91201. Oh, yeah, that was it, 91210. I think that's it. I don't know, zip code, that's not a zip code. Anyway, Sharon Doherty files for divorce from Ashley Hamilton. The Ford Motor Company founder, Henry Ford, died on this day in 1947 at the age of 83 from cancer. He was born July 30th, 1863. He was born in Greenfield Township, Michigan. And let's see, finally, newscaster Mike Wallace, one of the great newscasters of our time back then, he died on this day in 2012 at the age of 93 from natural causes. He was born May 9th, 1918 in Brookline, Massachusetts. And there you have it. That's this day in history. And if you know something that I don't know, please pass it along. We will be glad to hear from you. We'll be glad to talk to you. All you have to do is just type in, and I will see you right there on the big screen, and all will be well. So I just want to say hello to all of you guys who are watching us right now. You're just coming in. The name of the show is called Talk Back Live. And hello to all of you guys out there on YouTube, where we're broadcasting live, and Instagram. And we're not broadcasting live, as I said, on Facebook because of the fact that we have been barred from Facebook. Ever since we started, they barred us from for about 59 days. Now we're coming down to the wire. Now, next month, the beginning of next month, as I said, the 5th of May, we'll be back on the air. That's Thursday, May 5th, we'll be back here. And of course, the following day, May 6th, the coffee hour as well. We'll be back in action on Facebook, and we promise never to do that again. I don't know, we didn't do anything. Anyway, it'll be glad to see you guys back. Those of you who are normally watching us on, we're losing audience that way when they do that. But we try to build it the best way we can. Okay, so you know, in conjunction with all of that, with Facebook and all of that I just told you about, we're talking about going on Twitch TV. Twitch TV, that's another, we're going to be starting that. We'll tell you more about that when the time comes, when we get ready to start it. So you'll be in the loop of all what's happening. Now, Just because you don't see us live on Facebook, that doesn't mean we're never on Facebook, because after each show, and this show in particular, when it's all over, we are going to rebroadcast it. We're going to post it there for a lot of people who don't get to see it or who don't get to come this way here on YouTube or Instagram. They could see it. It's not like watching it in real time, but we want to share it with you anyway. So we'll have that for you coming up, and a lot of things are happening too. So there you go. Okay, you know, here's some information you didn't know. Actress Estelle Harris. Now, Estelle Harris, if you don't know who she is, Estelle Harris, who played George Costanza, who is Jason Alexander on the Seinfeld show, right? She played the mother of the NBC sitcom Seinfeld. She passed away Saturday. Last Saturday, she passed away of natural causes, and she passed away in Palm Desert, California, just weeks before her 94th birthday. Just before her 94th birthday, she would have been 94 years old, Estelle Harris. And so we want to say all of our tidings and all of our best wishes to her family, friends, people who admire her, people who loved her, people who knew her, her fans, and people who work with our colleagues and all, and everybody in the business who knew her. We want to send our condolences out to these people, and there you have it. Also, while we're talking about a dear friend of this show and of other shows that I do, you probably heard the news today. It was all over the internet, all over social media. Bobby Rydell, a teen idol from the 1960s, known for songs like Wild One. Also, he played a role as Hugo Peabody in the 1963 film Bye Bye Birdie, has died. He passed away 2 days ago. Passed away. Today's the 7th. He passed away on the 5th, which was Tuesday. And he died. He was 79 years old. He was short of his birthday is actually April 26th, I believe, April 26th. So he was just short of being 80 years old. He passed away at 79 years old. And he died in Abington, Pennsylvania. He was a native of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania growing up. South Philly, he lived. And he died from pneumonia complications, which, by the way, it was unrelated to COVID-19. So we're glad about that. We're sorry to see or hear about it. I was totally saddened because it was just, believe it or not, it was just a year ago yesterday, the 6th of April, just a year ago yesterday, I had an interview with Bobby on my show, The Blue Cafe. Just a year ago, yesterday, 1 year ago. Who would have thunk it? Who would have known? Just 1 year, you know, we don't know what God has planned for us. We don't know. But yeah, it was just a year ago yesterday when we did that interview. And those of you who would like to hear that interview, it's available. You can go there. Those of you who are watching us on YouTube right now, you can go there in the chat area, way at the top of the chat area, where I keep all of my information up there. You see it. You can see it up there. And it has, you know, all of it has my email address, my telephone number there. And way down at the very end, you have the Blue Cafe, and it has the link directly to the Blue Cafe website. And you can click onto it after the show, go there, click onto it, and you can listen to my interview that I did 1 year ago, yesterday, with Bobby Rydell. And boy, we had fun. And you know, one of the questions I usually ask a guest, and I did ask Bobby Rydell on the interview, and you got to listen to it. I always ask, what would you like to be remembered for? And he gave me the answer that he gave me. I could say it because it's just one portion of that show, but you go and listen to it. One of the answer that he gave me, he just wants people to realize what a nice guy he was. And so I could safely say, ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Rydell was really a nice guy, really a gracious guy, a gracious man, a loving man, a man that he didn't give a damn who you were, just as long as you were cool, you know. And he brought so much to entertainment. I remember growing up in the 50s and the 60s, but he started his career, when he started his career, it was back in 1959, you know, and his first hit record was Kissin' Time. And we talked about it, it's all on the interview. And it's just one of those things, and it was just a pleasure. And I had asked for, I got in touch with his wife. I reached out to his wife, Linda, this morning to express my condolences. And the funny thing about it is that I was going to call Linda and just to see if Bobby would be, and I'm pretty sure he would have done it. He would have done it. Meeting him and knowing him the way I did, he would have done it. He would have said, sure, I will do it. I would have had him on a Zoom, you know, do a show, because I'm thinking about converting or maybe simulcasting at the same time on radio and TV, the Blue Cafe. I'm thinking about doing both versions, the TV and the radio version. And he did the radio version with me. And I was thinking, since I may want to go that route, that I would, you know, get in touch and find out if he would like to do another interview. We had so much to talk about. And he had a lot of information about what he did and how his father got into his business and boost his career. It's just so much. You have to listen to the interview. So if you're watching us right now on YouTube, the information is right there. And those of you who are watching us on Instagram, I'll give it to you because it's not posted up there. It's the Blue Cafe. That website is www.Spreaker, that's Spreaker, www.Spreaker.com/show/Blue Cafe. And you can go there and check out the interview. All right. And that would be great. But, you know, if that was too fast for you, go onto my Facebook page. I posted, you know, like a minute of the snippet of the interview. Plus, I already gave the website on it as well. So you could just, the link, all you have to do is click onto the link. It's right there. But I was saddened to hear about it. And Bobby was such in good spirits all of these time. He was in so much good spirits, you know, and I'm going to miss him. I played his records, you know, so I was glad to be in that part of his life, you know, promoting his records and having him on the show. And we did have a lot of fun doing that show. So my condolences out to Linda. Linda, if you're watching, again, I know I expressed my condolences, but again, publicly, I want to wish you and your family strength, Godspeed, and remain strong. Bobby, an icon, left us a great legacy. Bobby Rydell. Okay, well, you know, it's that time, right? Those of you who like those classic movies. Oh, yeah, those classic movies, they come along. I love them. I love them. Those classic movies, direct from Turner Classic Movies, right? And we've got a few of them for you. Now, those of you who are watching the show know that I like to be part of your weekend and enhance it for whatever. You know, there's so many things we can do for the weekend. People have their weekends planned out in every way. So I just want to add a few things, and this is my way of adding to your weekend so you have abundance of things to do today, because sometimes a weekend can get a little crazy. Sometimes it doesn't go plan the schedule, and of course you say, oh, you know, like the weather is so dismal, I can't go out there, what do I do? Okay, let me give you a few movies that you could check out on Turner Classic Movies. First off, let's go to 1949, Take Me Out to the Ball Game, starring Gene Kelly and Frank Sinatra. And that's a good comedy, baseball comedy. You like baseball? Okay, there, that one is for you. That's on Turner Classic Movies. And you can check out that this Saturday at 12 a.m. That's Friday night, Saturday morning. Tomorrow night, Saturday morning, 12 midnight. The Strike of Dawn. Or the strike, well, that's pre-dawn. But anyway, that's 12 midnight Eastern. And if you're up, you can watch it. If you're not going to stay up that late, you want to turn in late or early or whatever, DVR it and you can watch it at your very own convenience. That's Take Me Out to the Ball Game with Gene Kelly and Frank Sinatra. Speaking of Frank Sinatra, here's another movie that goes on too called Can Can, back in 1960, along with Shirley MacLaine. And that's on Turner Classic Movies. That's also on Saturday, but you can check it out at a reasonable time at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. It's right there, Can Can. It's a good musical, love it. Roberta, back in 1935 with Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, along with Irene Dunn on Turner Classic Movies. You can check that out. That comes on Sunday at 6 a.m. You're up, you're an early bird like me. You can watch it maybe before going to church, or maybe if you don't want to, you want to lollygag, you know, DVR it and watch it when you come back from church. Okay, that's Roberta, 1935. A good musical, a lot of dancing, a lot of singing. Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, and Irene Dunn. I love that movie. And here's another classic that I think you all enjoy. I enjoyed it. I saw it about 1 billion times. I still never get tired of it. Still love it. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Hunchback of Notre Dame back in 1938 with Charles Lawton, who was a superb actor, also a director in the end, along with Maureen O'Hara. And that comes on Turner Classic Movies. That's on Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, is that Sunday? Yeah, that's Sunday, 8 a.m. Eastern. So you can check it out. That's The Hunchback of Notre Dame, or Notre Dame, however, depending on where you're from. Okay. All right, all of those movies are there. And if you want to go on to see other movies that may be there, may be more fancy to you, you could still go on Turner Classic Movies, turn to the channel, go through the menu, as it were, or go to the program guide, look at, because there may be other movies that you may be interested in. These are just my picks, and I'm pretty sure there are more that you like. You go there and check it out. And of course, if you have cable, of course, what you want to do is you want to go to Movies on Demand, right? Movies on Demand, there's a section for Movies on Demand. It's chock full of movies from different eras and movies that you haven't seen in a long time, maybe there. You know, it's something that you can check every day. You know, and they leave it there for a period of time, and then they change it and just build new ones. But and then some of the ones that you haven't seen in a long time, sometimes they return too, but they're right there. And of course, you like sporting events. Let's say, for instance, I like wrestling. So if I miss a wrestling match, depending on what network it's on, I can always go back to that network and watch it the following day if I don't get it on real time. And it's right there in its entirety. And so, of course, you have all of those great networks like the Lifetime channel. A lot of people like to watch those movies. You have ABC, CBS, NBC, all the networks. They're all there. Just go there and pick out and see what you like. Documentaries, all kinds of things. Specials, it's all right there. That's right there. You have cable, that's good. So let me quickly repeat all of these movies. Okay, we're gonna start. Once again, you have Take Me Out to the Ball Game with Gene Kelly and Frank Sinatra. That's Saturday, Friday night, Saturday morning at 12 a.m. That's midnight Eastern. Can Can with Frank Sinatra and Shirley MacLaine. Turner Classic Movies, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Roberta, back in 1935 with Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers and Irene Dunn. And of course, you can check that out on Turner Classic Movies. That's Sunday at 6 a.m. And finally, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Back in 1938, Charles Lawton and Maureen O'Hara. And that's Turner Classic Movies. That's Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern. So I've done my job giving you that information, and I hope that all of those movies that you like, I couldn't see you don't liking them. They're all classics, and I try to bring you all of the classics, front and center. Before we go, I want to say hello to all of my friends in the Ukraine. Oh boy, you know, I can't go on with it. I could tell you more, so we're going to do more, elaborate more on it, but it's a terrible thing over there. But blessings, peace, and blessings out there. I've got to go, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you so much for joining us on this day. We're going to be back here tomorrow on the coffee hour at 10 a.m. Eastern. And Brian Camp will be with me with this part of the 2020 feature. And he will be here with Sports Update, the wonderful world of sports, giving you information of all the developments of today's world of sports. DJ Pete, 22 the hour, with information on entertainment and reciting all of those birthdays of the day of the week. But he won't be here, so I am going to be doing his part of the job. However, you can check it out then. Other than that, we'll be back here next Thursday. Next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for more Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be with me with more sports, and we'll have a good time. Ladies and gentlemen, until then, make sure you have a great afternoon, good morning, good evening, and above all, a good night.
You've been watching Talk Back Live with your host Frank Allan. The producer is Al Dale, technical assistance Dave Taylor, research by Sandy Pierce, and I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Talk Back Live.